By the end of episode 1, Jisoo had lost his phone, and by the end of episode 2, he's lost his money. Jisoo just cannot stop losing. Maybe this guy truly is a loser. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Entertainment, here to review episode 2 of Extracurricular. So, it starts off, we get to see Bae-guri and her family. Obviously, we know she's rich, but she's very unhappy. She wakes up, she goes through the morning routine. Her parents are making her get up at 10 to 5 in the morning. Straight away, to me, that's just sick.
Yeah, that's a reason to kill both of them, and that's why she imagines it. 10 to 5, that's about 5 hours earlier than I'm comfortable with, brother.
That's more than I'm comfortable with. So we see her mother and father. I mean, it's 5 o'clock in the morning, and they're asking her, "Did you read like these financial books? And how have you finished it? This and that." And then they're like wanting the bacon passed, and we just see Guri transform. Like, I thought it was like some sort of zombie thing here, where her eyes go like totally bloodshot red, and she manages to like shoot a bullet out of her, I don't know where, out of her eyes, I guess, and kills her father, then kills her mother, and starts eating like a slob, really, something that she could probably never do before. She's grabbing bacon, she's ramming it down her throat, but we quickly see that this is just like a vision, and she's just like sitting there, and she's not shooting anybody. Her eyes ain't bloodshot red, but she's picking away at her fingernails, I guess, picking away at her skin, picking away at everything. I guess it's just the pressure and the unhappiness, and she puts on a brave face, I guess. She says that she will agree to go to the meeting for her parents because they are trying to force her into becoming the new CEO, but she doesn't want that lifestyle, and I thought it was a pretty good opening scene.
It was alright. You know, a lot of people don't like getting up at this time, but it is like the Oriental way, isn't it? It's very strict. Like us Westerners, I know they're viewed as West as well, but it's like, fucking wise up, waking me up at 10 to 5.
South Korea's viewed as a Western country?
They've got Western tendencies, is my point. They're in the East, but they're West.
That makes no sense.
But... hold on, you make no sense. If you don't know the fucking difference between North and South Korea at this stage of the game.
But it's okay, because she was up early enough to get to the school, and she steals Jisoo's phone. So obviously he was knackered after all that stuff that went down in episode 1. He was tired, he fell asleep, he left his bag open, she snoops in, she steals his phone, and that is how the first episode ended. So we got to basically see a repeat of it. Jisoo, when he does wake up, he doesn't even realise what is happening. He doesn't even realise his phone's gone. Guri talks to him about the job, the part-time job that he works, because he only works like limited hours. He works after school. He claims it's just some like slave job, some mediocre job, yet he's able to live in South Korea without any parents, and he's able to pay for rent, he's able to pay for school tuition fees, he's able to pay for all of that, and he works a part-time job. I mean, it's obviously bullshit here. I mean, Jisoo probably has no awareness, because no one could believe this.
But it could be a good part-time job.
Yeah, but he's basically said it's like a shop work, you know, like stacking shelves.
Well, he could have left that part out. He didn't have to be sober about it. There's a lot of good jobs out there that pay part-time.
So
that's not being one of them.
Guri wants to get a job in his place, but he's like, nah, they ain't hiring, so you can't do that. But she does manage to trick him. She's like following him, observing him, and she manages to learn the passcode and hacks his phone. So she's now into his phone. At first, she finds like, you know, silly selfies and things like that. But then she finds Jisoo with money. And we're not talking like 1 bill here, 2 bills, 3 bills. This guy's got like stacks of cash. It's like Floyd Mayweather. You know that meme where Floyd Mayweather's just sitting there and he's got like the millions of dollars on the table?
I came for money.
That's what Jisoo's got. Now, albeit millions of won ain't as much as millions of dollars.
No, it's probably about like a tenner.
But he's still got a lot of money. Later that day, he goes to the train station. He's putting his payment for Mr. Lee into the locker. And then he realizes, oh shit, I do not have the phone. The phone is gone. The phone's not there. So he's running around frantically trying to find his phone. All this time, he doesn't realize that Guri has stolen it underneath his nose. So he thinks that one of the students has it in school because Minhee, she got her present for her boyfriend stolen, so he thinks that maybe she's stolen something back in return. So he takes her phone to look at it while they're celebrating some like 100-day romance. A little bit gay there. He looks at the phone. Turns out it's not his phone. They fall into the cake. The birthday not the birthday, the romantic 100-day gesture celebration's done. It's been ruined, and then Jisoo gets a beating from Kaite. But I think that's 100-day. I mean, do people really celebrate? Maybe
this is like Japan, Korea.
Maybe that's the thing in Korea where if you're together with someone for 100 days, that's like a marriage. I don't know, but 100 days.
It just seems like a rich thing to do.
So he's getting the shit beat of him, but don't worry, some guy comes to save him, some guy comes to stop the beating, but it turns out Jisoo would probably rather continue to get beat because it's his father. His father has arrived, the same father that's abandoned him. They go to like a restaurant where his father's acting concerned, but it turns out he's not really concerned, and he wants Jisoo to move with him because if he moves in with him, he thinks he'll get money. But Jisoo says, look, I haven't heard from Mum. You ain't going to get any money if you, like, bring me back to live with you. This pisses off his father. His father wants to talk. I mean, his father's just looking money. He probably owes money. Deadbeat dad. This is like the true Rey Mysterio.
This is true Rey Mysterio, but New Japan Pro Wrestling style / Korea.
Yeah, so Jisoo then, he's got his phone, he's got his tracker, and he realises that his stolen phone is nearby. So he rushes out of the restaurant. His father's left behind to pay for a meal that he probably can't afford to pay for. Jisoo gets Mr. Lee on the task. So Mr. Lee is driving around. He's trying to find the phone. Jisoo gets a phone call. But obviously, because he's getting the phone call, it sounds like Uncle. So it's got like the automated voice. Jisoo wants the phone. He warns the person on the other end of the phone that you're going to get hurt. He doesn't know, though. It's Guri. Guri wants to know more about the business, wants to know how it works, how it makes money. She wants a partnership, and she begins to see that Mr. Lee is following her. So is she going to get hurt? Is she going to give away the phone? Who knows? We're going to find out.
Mr. Lee on the warpath. I don't know, it's weird. Mr. Lee's hyped up as a really old guy, but he's probably like, what, early 40s?
He's 62.
Well,
he looks good for 62.
He does, that's why I thought he was... But they all look good. What's going on over in Korea?
Yeah, so it's a problem. Jisoo says to Mr. Lee, look, while my phone's gone, while it's been stolen, we can't accept any jobs, we can't risk it. So basically, everyone on the payroll is upset. Guri has accepted a job for Minhee, but Jisoo cancels this, and basically all the girls get a bit annoyed that they can't work and they're out of money, and they're all talking about going off on their own and doing their own thing.
Yeah, doing their own thing, pouring themselves out in a different capacity, but Mr. Lee and Jisoo, it's not going according to plan, isn't it not?
It's not going according to plan, but Jisoo, he doesn't know who's taking his phone. The next day, he doesn't turn up at school. So Guri then goes to his house to see if he's okay, see what the crack is. And, I mean, he's panicking. He's actually considering leaving to go with his father because, I mean, there's not a lot for him anymore. And if he doesn't have this business, he probably can't afford to stay and look after himself. So they're in the house, they're talking, she goes into the bathroom, pretends she's got girl problems, she rings him and says that she's at the school, she's going to give him the phone back, but he has to bark like a dog. So, he barks like a dog. I guess, like, the whole notification thing has got, like, a dog barking system thing on it anyway, so...
Yeah, it's like a corgi.
Yeah, maybe that was some sort of, I don't know, like a... justice, I don't know, but she gets him to bark like a dog, and then she says, right, come get your phone. So he rushes out to get his phone, jumps in a taxi. Meanwhile, she is in his bedroom looking for money, and she finds money. In fact, she finds a suitcase full of money, a shitload of money. So this money here, it's insane. God knows how much money is in this, but for her, this is like, a dream come true because, yes, she doesn't really need anything because her parents are super, super rich, but she doesn't want her parents, and if she has money of her own, that gives her independence, and she can basically have the life that Jisoo has, and that is a life with money, but without a father and a mother. So, I mean, it kind of sucks that Jisoo, you know, they both got money, and they don't really have parents either, but I guess Jisoo had it forced on him, whereas Giru is like, it's her option to try and distance herself from her parents.
It is her option.
They're in similar situations, I guess, but you can argue that one's had it forced on him.
One's got the short straw, one's got the long straw, but it's very similar. Still a straw.
But it's the long straw that they don't want.
It's more stick, isn't it?
And that's like a stick that they're getting beaten with.
It's a tug of war.
So she's taking the money, but then she remembers about the conversations that they had, and that Jisoo was like thankful that someone was actually being nice to him, because he's probably not really interacted with anybody. He doesn't have any friends at school, doesn't have any parents, doesn't have any family. So she's like the only one he's been interacting with, and I guess she feels guilt and decides that she's going to give the money back. So she puts the money back in the suitcase. Jisoo's money is safe for now. That's until deadbeat dad walks in. He thinks that the suitcase is packed because his son's coming with him. But when he finds the money in the suitcase, while Guri's hiding in the closet, he doesn't want his son. He doesn't care about his son. He's like, screw Jisoo. He can stay behind. I'm taking the suitcase. In fact, the suitcase is too big. He doesn't want the suitcase. He empties all the money into like a bin bag while knocking over Jisoo's pet. I don't know, pet what? What would you even call this?
Tortoise?
That's not a tortoise.
It was more like a snail, wasn't it, actually?
I
don't know why I called it a tortoise. I just saw a shell.
Like an octopus snail or something like that. It gets knocked over. He puts all the money in a bag, and on the way out, he just stands on it, crushes it, and boom. I guess all life is not precious, because he's just stolen all of Jisoo's money, and he's killed Jisoo's pet. Then Guri chases after him, and they get into like a bit of a scuffle after they get out the elevator. She chases him, he gets on a bike, she tries to attack him, but he kicks her off, and then he cycles away with the money. Then Jisoo realizes that, holy shit, the signal for my phone is actually not at the school, it's in my own apartment. So at this point he's thinking, has it been there all the time? Is somebody at his apartment? Gets the taxi driver to do a 180 as he's making his way back to his apartment. He looks across the road and he sees his father, and his father stares at him. He then looks down at the bag of money. I guess he puts 2 and 2 together here, and I think he comes up with 4, because he realizes that he's been absolutely fucking shafted, and his father just drives away on the bicycle. And then that's it. We have some police officer come up to Guri. He says, you dropped this phone. He gives her the phone, but it turns out it's his phone. It's Jisoo's phone. He runs across the road to get the phone. She does like a hip toss, I guess, and this guy's a bit of a wimp. He's not a veracity athlete, that's for sure.
No, he's not a genetic freak, and he gets wiped clean out.
Yeah, he's no Tony Soprano, so he gets taken down, and he's upset because he trusted Guri, and he realises that she's betrayed him and stolen from him, and she's a bit upset that I guess he let her down, that she let him down, and he lost his money, because if it wasn't for her, his dad wouldn't have been able to steal his money in the first place. So she's upset about this, and he also has the bullies on his case now because he ruined that 100-day celebration thing. So, I mean, he's lost his money, his father's out the picture again, he hasn't got his phone, the one person they thought he was bonding with and was maybe his friend, potential girlfriend, was just using him, and now all the bullies at school are going to kick his ass.
Not a good day.
It's not a good day. Guri then offers him to come and meet her. He thinks he's getting his phone back. They're hanging out at a basketball range. She refused to give him his phone back. He wants it. But then all these big guys come in. All these jocks come in. They start playing baseball. They have teams. Jisoo's awkward. He's not really interacting, socialising. He doesn't even know why he's here. He doesn't want to be here. He's miserable. But then she asks him, what do you think of these guys? And he's like, I don't care. I don't want friends. I don't need friends. I'm a nerd. I don't know what friends are. But then she says, nah, what do you think about these guys working? And then when they start like playing the baseball, they're like flexing, I guess. And she's like, let's team up, let's do this together. I've got these guys, these are my guys, and I will help you get your money back. And I guess Jisoo finishes the episode by looking on thinking, I mean, how the hell can we sell men? And that's how the episode ends. So there you go. He gets an offer. Will he refuse it? I mean, if he refuses it, will he get his phone back? He's like 65 million won or whatever down the drain. It's not a good day for Jisoo, but maybe he can recover. Maybe there's something good to come out of this.
Did you hear about the Korean Godfather? He gave me an offer I couldn't understand. Who would that be? Junior Soprano, but well, he said Chinese, but here it works. It works more in this shit.
That's actually a belter. So I mean, yeah, there you go. I thought this was a really good episode. I feel bad for Jisoo. I mean, he's getting betrayed. He's getting beat up. His father comes into the picture looking for money, and then because he can't get benefit from Jisoo, he just steals all his money instead, and he's left with nothing, broken essentially, sitting there.
We've robbed the money, haven't we?
Well, some more than others, but
some more than others.
So there you go. That's how the episode ended. I thought it was better than the premiere. I think we give the premiere 7 out of 10, but I think this one had more action and there was more going on. The betrayal and the father stealing the money. I think this is a really good episode. I'm going to give this one an 8. I think this was better than the premiere. And what I like about Extracurricular, it leaves you on a cliffhanger. I think every episode, where you're thinking what the hell's going to happen next. And this one certainly had you feeling that way, because right now Jisoo's got no money and it's almost like he's got no choice but to accept this offer from Guri. So yeah.
Yeah, I'll give it a 7. So that's a 7.5 out of 10. Strong increase, 0.5 increase.
7.5. The numbers are going up, just like the ratings. It's always good when you get an increase. So there you go, guys. 7.5. We'll catch you for the episode 3 review. There is no title names. It's just episode 3, episode 2, episode 4. So it's a Korean thing. Till next time. Peace.